We were told our ancestors were demons, that the altars were cursed, that our names carried shame, had to be holy. We had to forget where we came from. But what if the real sin was forgetting who we are? For generations, the Yoruba people honored their ancestors, not as gods, but as keepers of wisdom. They understood what the modern world forgot, that memory is sacred, that your bloodline is your covenant. But then came the missionaries, and suddenly, everything we revered became something to be feared. They pointed at Sanga, Oya, Obatala, and called them demons. They looked at oracles and called them witchcraft. They saw rituals and screamed Baal worship. But ask yourself, rituals and screamed Baal worship. But ask yourself, why would they call your ancestors demons, if not to erase your identity? Yes, the Bible speaks of Baal. Yes, Ashtoreth was condemned. But not everything with an altar is Baal. Not every offering is idolatry. Not every ancestral veneration is demon worship. They confused us on purpose, because the people who remember their bloodline can't be controlled. They burned shrines. They renamed gods. They taught us to fear the sound of our own tongues. Now we call our grandfathers wicked, to worship a Lord whose blood sacrifices are still accepted weekly, who is really practicing the old blood rites. The Yoruba priesthood is older than you think. The garments, the codes, the oral laws, they mirror ancient Hebrew systems, because they are ancient Hebrew systems preserved in African form. The demonization wasn't just religious. It was political. It was colonial. It was strategic. And now, the spell is breaking. If your ancestors were demons, then so are you. But if they were divine, then you are the return of a royal priesthood. This is not rebellion. This is remembrance. When ancestors became demons. Because healing begins with remembering. And the silence of our ancestors is finally speaking. We were never demons. We were defenders of the divine.
The civilization we have in Europe today was brought to us by black people. Even black people don't know that. Even many black people don't know that. They don't know that the Moors, they were West Africans and North Africans and Central Africans that came to Europe and ruled Spain. They brought civilization to us. They showed us how to use soap, how to be clean, how to behave like a decent human being, you know? All these things we didn't know that before the Moors brought civilization to Spain. Did you know that the Moors ruled in Spain?